Nel dolce incanto del mattino, il mare ti ha portato a me. Io chiudo.
Hello, hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of The Bear Unleashed. I'm going to start doing longer videos because my stories, I just can't finish it in 3 minutes. So I'm going to upload a little bit of the story on Instagram where I can only do maximum 3 minutes. And then the rest of the story, you should either click on the link to go to Rumble or go to YouTube for the full story. The subject of tonight is children or abortions. Why do you do not have any children yet, right? Well, for the record, it's not like I'm shooting blanks or anything. Like I just said with the title, I had 4 abortions, and I'm not advocating for abortions or saying that I'm proud of it, but hey, it is what it is, okay? So please don't be offended by my, maybe in your opinion, poor life choices. And maybe now, while I'm older, I agree with you, okay? But it is what it is, and it happened, and I have to be honest, right? So I had 4 abortions and 1 miscarriage. But some of the abortions, if you hear the story, you might think, actually, you know what? That was a justified reason to have an abortion. Although, okay, let me tell you one story. So I was dating this girl. I was young, I lived a very wild lifestyle. I've been a wild guy, right? I was young and I was dating this girl and I got her an apartment. So that was basically my place, but, she was living there. And her sister came by many times. And then one time, me and her sister, we slipped up. Her sister was really hot. But the crazy part was her sister already had 2 kids, right? So one time I come home and I hear argument, And I say, girls, what's going on, right? And my girl is like, oh my God, you can't believe it. She's pregnant again. And guess what? She don't even know who the father is, right? Oops, right? And her sister was sitting behind her. And she looked stone cold at me like, oh, don't you dare to say anything because I'm going to throw you under the bus. And I was like, yo, leave me out of this, and I was like, pew, I was gone with the wind. I was like, I'm out of here because you never know how it escalates. And women that become emotional and mad, they say anything, right? So I was out of that. Another abortion was when I was living in France, right? So this girl I was dating, I was living in France, was dating this girl, and one day she got pregnant. So, but you know what? She was taking the pill every day, and I was really young. I was like 19. And I told her, I said, God damn, like, that's some super sperm, right? If you take the pill every day and you get pregnant, then it's meant to be. We're gonna take this baby. And then one day she told me, she's like, well, if I keep it real with you, I was taking the pill in front of you, but I was spitting the pill out. And I'm like, wait, that's betrayal, right? I'm like, oh, hell no. So thank God I was able to talk her about the child. Because at first she wanted to keep it. So I thought I'm going to bring it up at her parents at dinner that night. And then her mother was like, oh, no, we will keep it. We will love another child, right? And I was like, oh, my God, right? They were Italians. They love kids, right? So thank God she got an abortion. After that, I had another abortion, but that was just like, I didn't even remember the girl's name. And she called me one day like, hey, remember that one night? And I'm like, okay, you want me to come with you? And I was a gentleman. I brought her to the place and she had an abortion. Then the 4th one was my ex-wife. We were married. We were only married for 2 months. And to be honest with you, we were really happy at first. And then all of a sudden, it was 2 months in. So she's like, is it not too soon? And quite frankly, I was young, okay? And I wasn't man enough to tell her, like, hell no, you're going to keep that child, right? So I told her, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to test her. And that's already wrong to do, right? You don't test your other significant, right? So I told her, I said, you know what? You do what you want to do. If you want to take it away, I'm cool with it. But in my mind, it was like, oh, if she takes this baby away, it's a wrap, right? And after that, when she took that abortion, I could never really look at her the same. And it really was just went downhill spiral from that. That marriage didn't even last 2 years. So that was that. And then after that, I had a girl that I really liked a lot, right? She was a headache though, but I liked her a lot. And then she got pregnant, but she was taking Xanax and she had a miscarriage. So at the end of the day, why I don't have any kids yet? Well, the only one that really knows is God upstairs, right? And like I always say, we are a character You're a character in your own movie, right? And maybe this character is not meant to fucking have any babies. But then again, as a man, you can have babies at any age. So who knows what the future beholds, right? So I'm open to any scenario, right? I take life as it comes. But by the way, you see the beautiful jacket I'm wearing for you guys, man? Come on now, this is gonna be my jacket for the show, okay? I thought like I gotta step up my game. But anyway, that's the story. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you at the next episode of The Beer Unleashed. Let's go.